Bronche. That's how we say brunch.
Here's to the ladies who say basic with their lunch. Be a queen.
Be a boss.
Ladies who brunch and pop it off.
Hey, we pop and pop it off. We pop.
All right. The episode's about to start.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ladies Who Bronche. I am Julissa.
What's good, everybody? This is Skittles.
And this week, I'm dumb hype because I have one of my fellow Dominicana sisters on here. She is the head of Legendary Studios, okay? She is the funniest. If you did not know she was legendary, then you tapping into the wrong urban legends, because this girl is a queen on the stage, okay? Glory, who the fuck are you?
Bow, 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 bow.
Well, I'm really hyped to be here today. I've been trying to do this for a second with y'all because I admire what you both are doing. So it means a lot that I'm even on your radar. So I just tell people who I am and shit.
Yeah. Who the fuck are you?
So, I'm a legend. I'm a legendary comedian. I've been doing comedy for about 3 years. I'm like, it feels very much like climbing up the corporate ladder. Like I'm at junior right now. Like the higher ups, like Chris Rock, I know he sees me. I know Dave Chappelle. I know they ask like, who the hell is this legend? They know. Like, I'm coming up.
Yeah, I loved your tour of 2025.
I'm into
that statewide tour in 2025 that you did.
That's what I gave Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams and some of my other favorites front row seats. I'm just so I gotta see that, like I gotta pass it on,
Right.
But outside of that, like when you do like things that are like I guess out of the norm or like anything creative, people are like, oh, you're doing all these great things. But outside of that, like I'm a regular ass person. I'm a really good friend. I'm that friend that my whole life is falling apart, but bitch, I'm gonna have a TED talk for you. You're not gonna give up on me, not on my watch. Even though my whole shit is in shambles, okay? That's who I am. And I just, as I'm getting older, I just want to make people feel good and included because I guess now that I'm 30, I don't have, I'm telling my age. I guess people after a certain age, you're like, oh my God, I don't want to tell nobody. But throughout like my early childhood and my teens and my 20s, I went through a lot of periods of like, why do I feel like left out? Or like, why do I feel like different? Which I feel like a lot of creative people go through. Mm-hmm. And for my comedy, I'm like, yo, like, I don't like to exclude anybody. And I like to make sure that I heard this really good quote that kind of stuck with me. Dave Chappelle said it, like, when you forgive yourself for something and you go on stage and you talk about it, then people in the audience can forgive themselves. Like, it could be anything, right? Like, going through like a bad breakup or quitting your job or like making mistakes. So that's why I do comedy. And I'm one of those positive, happy comedians. There's a lot of comics that are like, everything's hard. Life is hard, but I only got like so much to go and I want to just have a good time. Yes. That's who I am. I'm a Gemini and I ramble.
Yes, come on, Gemini.
Love me I have to say, over the years as an adult, I have come to really adore Geminis. I think in my years, my Pisces sensitive ass could not handle the back and forth of the Gemini energy. But now I've emerged into my Pisces-ness in a way where I'm seeing my two fishness. You know what I mean? And so now
I'm Gemini in you too.
Yes.
The same happened for me. I used to be like, I hate water signs. They're mad emotional. Then you read your birth chart and you find that you got mad Pisces moon, Pisces rising. And I'm like, you know what? I love Pisces.
Right?
Yes.
So the same has happened for all of us.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I've always attracted Geminis and Capricorns. Those are my two, like, a lot of my friends are Capricorns and a lot of my friends are Geminis.
Yeah, I would say I have a lot of water sign friends, and I used to talk mad shit about water signs. I'm like, they're mad sensitive, but they be understanding. You be going through life, and like, you know what? I'm not gonna judge you.
100%. We make room for all the emotions, but I have to say, your Pisces-ness does show in your content in the sense of, I always feel very much included. I feel like I'm a part of this like inner circle. As I follow your social media, because you're very open, because you're very.
But you also in close friends.
I am,
Yes, come on, Green Circle.
circle.
I got the green circle.
Yes, you know, but really, the way your content speaks, and I always look. There are certain people who I look forward to hearing their commentary with stuff. So, like for example, even the inauguration when you had your commentary on J-Lo doing the most, like you know what I mean. Like there's just so much that. You know, Glory is on it. Like you're always on it. And so it makes me feel like I'm a part of something. So it's more, to me, you're more than just a comic, right? Like Glory is a whole experience, right?
Yeah.
See, you understand the brand. Some people are still learning the brand, but they get it. Because the brand is really intellectual. Like at the end of the day, it's intellectual. So you see the layers. And that's why I said you're Pisces. Like there's a lot, like, I think people, and I don't know, like, just people think they know you and they like it's the internet. Like we put things on the internet, people can make a generalization, but there's so many layers and like deepness. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not even ready for like the world's not even like if you speak to me day-to-day, like who like I don't even know you. Like people, you know, for example, this is a really bad example, but like when I travel with people always have this expectation that I'm gonna be like this diva and like, oh my God, I need my own room. I'm like mad adaptable, yo no quiero ser burden, like y'all do whatever y'all wanna do. I don't want to, I'm just happy to be here. So like, and it's like a testament, like people have this idea of me and it's really hard to deal with, right? I know we're going to get into that later, but it's like, they have this idea, even like men, like, oh, this, you know, she's a bad bitch, a savage or whatever these kids are saying. It's like, I am not like that. I'm very nice. Yeah, I don't want no problems.
I love it. And you know, but I do think that the way you resonates for a reason. It's because we don't have enough voices like ours that are resonating to the degree. So, you know, I'm just happy that you out here and that, you know, the Chris Rocks and the Dave Chappelles are paying attention to the Dominican girls because the girls are on the rise.
They're paying attention.
They better be.
But even today, I wrote a post about like, how many Dominican stand-ups do you know?
Yeah.
Even growing up, I'm like, I can't really like I know people like that I look up to that are now like maybe doing stand-up or like my contemporaries, but like I can't say that I look up to like a Dominican stand-up. Like growing up as a little girl, like I don't know one.
Yeah. I think that plays into like the desire to be a stand-up comic. You know what I mean? Like I feel like because like that was never something, even as creative as I never was someone that was like, I want to be a stand-up comic, but it was because I didn't see anybody like me doing it, you know?
I went to middle school, fucking girl from the city, right? I went to school at Broadway Center for the Arts or whatever, I forgot the name, MS-44, right near the stand-up comedy club. And I would pass by there. You know, you were in middle school, you get your slice of pizza with the $2 you got. You know, just trying to be cute. You can't even afford the pizza, but it was right. It's not Marshall. There used to be a pizza
and a slice.
Yeah.
Getting one slice between you and your girl and getting a slice down the middle.
Right. And you go on the train and you share headphones, we just sharing here, you know? So I went to school in middle school near stand-up and I would see, I'm like, that's some white people shit. Like and when I first saw stand-up, because I didn't grow up watching Comic View or any of like the big comedy shows that were around like I guess our time. I didn't really have access to cable like that or TV. My parents didn't watch. I didn't get to watch TV like that. So like I'm walking by, I'm like, stand-up for me, comedy should be fun, but like why are they just kind of boring? So I'm like, that shit is not for me. Like I got a big personality, but I got into it by mistake. I had like, I always tell the story. I told my boss to suck my dick, which is so rude. And I had just had it. I'm like, yo, I don't know what the fuck. I cannot do this office life anymore. I don't know what kind of career I'm gonna have because everybody's getting my fucking nerves. And I don't know why, but like I tried this stand-up class and people were like, oh, damn, like, wow, you're amazing. I'm like, y'all OD, like it's not that deep. And then Rachel actually gave me my first, because when you do those classes, it's just like baby classes, like, okay, everybody, bring your friends. And I wasn't gonna take it seriously. And then Rachel was like, oh, do you wanna do a set at my show? I'm like, I'm not a real comedian. I'm like, do you know that? Yeah, I'm like, I'm not a real comic. Like I did 5 minutes for fun, but like, this is not who I am. And I did it at her show. And that was a show that like launched. I never got off stage after that, except for the pandemic.
Wow.
But that was the show. So International Women's Day. Women
Yes,
pass.
shout out to Rachel La Loca.
Yo, shout out to Rachel for real. For real.
Yeah. And I think sometimes you don't realize like the impact, even just like being on the podcast or like giving any opportunity, like you don't realize like who you're opening that door for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like even us being content creators or people that put creativity out there, you just never know. Like somebody could be actually, I remember being, I think maybe like in high school, and you two did the Latinas Be Like, or shit Latinas.
You were definitely in college, because if you're 30,
and let me tell you,
don't be aging us. Don't age us like you was in DK high school. Fuck out of here. You were in college.
No. Hey, let me just go back, because that's when I was in college, that's when I started learning about stand-up and comedy on the internet. And I'm like, because I wasn't trying to do no work. And I come up, and that's like when the shit everybody says, and I see the shit Latinas say, I'm like, this shit is fucking hilarious. I stay at Rainbow. Every time I pass by Rainbow, I know it's probably so annoying because you made that video like a while ago, but every time I pass by Rainbow, I think about it, right?
Pretty
It's
girl.
never more.
Okay,
I
That
never gets
you know, seeing myself in Julissa, I'm definitely that friend. And like, you're like, tú nunca sabes. It's just like, it's so funny. And like, you never know the impact that you have on other people. Like, it's like, this is out there. Maybe I can put that I do shop at Rainbow in peace, you know?
Yes.
So, like I said, you never know like who you're inspiring or like when everything crosses paths again and all that stuff. But yeah, I am a tangent person, so you're gonna have to bring me back.
Girl, I'm good for a tangent.
Yes.
I'll be a tangent, but
well, let's get on to our brunch questions. Glorelys, when you go out to brunch with the girls, what is your go-to brunch bebida?
Oh, mimosa. Absolutely.
Classic.
Yeah, classic. I'm a classic lady.
Yes, classic.
And I'm unlimited.
Yes. Must be unlimited.
No.
So then when you are out to brunch with the girls, what is your go-to brunch plate?
I really try to stay away, but it's like if we're already out, we might as well do chicken and waffles. Like, let's just go. let's just go ham. You know? I'm a chicken and waffles kind of girl.
I love some real chicken and waffles, but juicy chicken, because sometimes these brunch spots be throwing it on the menu and then you eat it and the chicken dry as fuck.
Right.
And also like don't give me like a chicken tender.
Yeah,
I want like
that. These people be out here giving tenders that was frozen. I think we're talking about the same spot. I think we're talking about the same spot.
A lot of the spots, they think, a lot of the unlimited spots, their little gag is they think they get you drunk enough that you won't care how the food tastes.
I care.
I'm a big bitch. I like to eat. I'm here for the food too. You ain't food.
Yes.
And I also like the white. I like the white meat. I know I'm a disgrace, but I'm a breast kind of girl.
I could do a breast. I like a breast.
Okay, because I just don't like dark meat or like the thigh.
I'm an equal opportunity chicken lover, so I like all pieces.
I like that. That's what we need for brunch.
Right. So Glory, tell us what it was like going out to eat when you were growing up.
So it's so funny you asked that question, because when you asked me, I don't really remember going out to eat with my family. And if I did, it'd be like, yo, y'all about to embarrass the shit out of me. Like, stop talking so loud. You know what I do remember? My dad would always take us to this Chinese buffet in New Jersey. But I thought my dad was killing it with the money, because he invited everybody in the family. Mine is like a $12 entry, eat all you can eat.
Right.
I'm like, yo, my dad is rich. Come to the buffet.
The crab legs be having you all fucked up in the head.
But I really can't remember doing like family outing. Like now, like sometimes, I don't know if you're doing this, but like if we'll have us like a Mother's Day or whatever, I'm like, family, let's go out to brunch. They have this dinner where you could eat a little bit cheaper, but nice. Let's go do that as a family. And they still be acting up. My grandma, she was singing at the table. I'm just like, girl.
I love that. And I think, and we talk about this sometimes, just about the evolution of going out to eat, how like, because when we were younger, we had very little control. The experiences were very varied, but like as adults now, it's almost like the things we didn't love when we went out when we were younger are the things we make sure do not fucking happen.
embarrass me. It's going on one credit card. Like, I'm really big on that. This conversation is never gonna like end like who pays for dinner. But it's like if I'm with my friends, like I'm not about to embarrass. Like if we're gonna split the check, we're gonna be cute. Like we're gonna act like we've done this before. You know, almost like let's
yes.
because y'all be like, it's one thing to split the check, and it's one thing to be like, all right, it's 72.38. Bitch, if you don't fucking round this shit up, but everybody's different.
Right.
Like, I guess maybe it's me because like I grew up pretty poor. Like I don't want the people to know that I don't have it. But I also used to be a waitress. So I used to be mad judging. Like if I see a girl and a guy on a date and the girl pays, I'm like,
Yeah.
But when you're a waitress, you're just like, you see like how people handle money. I'm like, all right, I see y'all. This guy really needs it. Or, you could tell. But I try not to be judgy.
I love that.
Yeah.
So tell us what's your favorite bochinche topic to discuss over a meal.
Let me think about that. Maybe like my exes. Like maybe
yes.
Usually
Ex conversation.
It's some dumbass that made a mistake in my inbox right on time for brunch.
Yes.
Guess who hit me up? Guess what? I'm not surprised. And that's what we talk about. I'm really bad at gossip. Like it gotta be real good gossip. Like somebody's pregnant for me to even talk about it. Like I just know people gossip about me all the time. So I try not to pass it on.
That's good karma. That's good karma. Sometimes, it's just life update. I call them life updates. Yeah.
That's a better angle.